All right, what's going on, everybody? So I just got back from the 10X event in Miami with Grant Cardone. As you can see, my hat. And before I even get into 10 things I learned from this event, drop a comment and let me know what you think about the hat. I've been getting some mixed reviews, so I just want to get a final tally on whether I should wear it or not. But anyways, the 10X event was obviously hosted by Grant Cardone and brought some of the best marketers and business people and real estate people and entrepreneurs really in the world to the event. And it was a 3 or 4 day event where he rented out Marlins Park. And there was maybe 30 or even 40,000 people there, and just gave a lot of value on entrepreneurship, real estate sales, marketing, motivation, different things like that. So it was a really cool event. And the very first thing I learned, this was from Grant Cardone, it was a sales principle. If you increase your contacts, you will increase your sales, bottom line. So you could be the worst salesperson in the world, but as you know, if you meet more people, eventually you're gonna get more sales. It's just inevitable. And I found that to be true, really for anything. You just have more opportunities. The more people that you meet, the more networking events that you attend, you never know. Maybe you'll meet more friends, maybe more lenders, more clients. It could be any number of things. So that's one reason actually why I like going to these events, because you meet some of the top marketing people, real estate people, really in the US. I mean, there's a lot of well-known people that we ran into there. Okay, the next thing I learned was from Russell Brunson, and his whole thing is just modeling successful people, just basically hacking successful people. So he went into his pitch about funnel hacking, where you can basically funnel hack someone's website and kind of see what they're doing and then do something similar, but still make it your own, which is a really smart idea. And you can even take that a step further. I mean, you can do that with anything. You can do that with all different types of businesses and models and things like that. Find someone that's doing it at a super high level and then just basically copy everything they do. You don't want to ever plagiarize or anything like that, but model the successful people. He talks a lot about, you don't want to be the pioneer. You don't want to be the person that's just trying something new that has no track record. And you know who the pioneers are because they have the arrows in their back. So find someone successful and just model them. All right, the third thing I learned, and I don't know who said this, probably all of them had kind of similar themes, was get around people that embarrass you. Embarrass you in the sense that they're so much more successful than you that you're just wondering, what are you doing with your life? And at this conference, I mean, you come back from this conference, you see people that, might have 1 million subscribers on YouTube, making $100,000 a day, or, various different things like that. And so it really helps to motivate you. I mean, I came back from this conference super pumped up, a list of different items I'm going to implement. I mean, I think my business is probably going to look drastically different, hopefully, than it did last year and the year before. So I think just exposing yourself to seeing what's possible is really going to help take your business essentially to the next level. Because if you're just at the same old conferences and meeting the same old people, you're not really going to be exposed to the potential of what's really out there. All right, number 4 was from Tai Lopez, and he was just talking about, I think his exact quotes were, get your Instagram poppin'. So Instagram is becoming the #1 social media resource. So you just need to make sure you're out there on Instagram all the time. And again, you can pretty much, model other people. Find some people that you like on Instagram, kind of model some of their posts. Because a lot of people are moving away from Facebook and, obviously no one's really using like Snapchat and some of these other platforms. I mean, they're still popular, but Instagram is by far the most popular. In one little strategy, because I'm starting to do more on Instagram, and actually follow me on Instagram. This video will hopefully get me some more followers. But one strategy I learned from Gary Vee, he wasn't there, but I just learned this at the seminar, was in your downtime, just go to relevant trending posts on Instagram. So it could be different hashtags around your industry, or maybe even locations, and just start commenting on people's posts. Say, hey, cool pic, or, different. You want to be thoughtful about it. You don't want to just be like spamming people. Like, for instance, my brother and some other people I know, there's this one guy on Instagram, and he just writes like nice, exclamation point on every single Instagram post that you do. And that, obviously that's probably not a real person doing that. It's probably some robot or someone overseas or something like that. But if you leave thoughtful posts on different people's pages, and I just actually tried this experiment, I spent about an hour and I probably sent like 100 different messages. And all of a sudden I'm getting all these followers. I'm getting people subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'm just building my brand. And if you were to do that consistently over the course of a week, a month, much less a year, you could probably build a very sizable following on Instagram or YouTube or different channels for that matter. Okay, another thing we learned was with internet marketing, you want to have someone's face on the front page like as much as possible. People, for whatever reason, like to see somebody's face. Maybe it conveys trust, credibility, but when possible, try to include someone's face. And I believe Tai Lopez was the one who said that, but he's basically tested, spent tens of millions of dollars in paid advertising, done different split tests, different things like that. So overall, it's just probably someone you should listen to. I'm sure there's exceptions to the rule, but I'm just going to rely on, the person that has spent tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on internet marketing. The next thing I learned was to repurpose your social media. So you can actually have like a virtual assistant do this type of work. But let's say, like, for instance, this YouTube video. What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to create a blog post about it. I'm probably going to put it on Pinterest. I'm obviously going to put it on YouTube. I might repurpose a clip of it onto Instagram. And then I'll probably post a video on LinkedIn as well. So you can really increase your brand by just repurposing essentially the same content. Like, you want it to be good content, but you can build your brand a lot quicker by using 3 or 4 or 5 different social media channels. All right, the next thing I learned was to invest in yourself on a level that scares you. So some of the people that came up and spoke at the event, they were clients of Grant Cardone's, and they were talking about how they've spent, over $100,000 to over $200,000 investing in his training and courses, and then what it's done for their business. And I've heard similar things with Dan Kennedy. A lot of people in Dan Kennedy's like inner circle and things like that, they'll brag about how they've spent, $500,000 investing in Dan Kennedy's trainings and consulting. So I think by investing on a level that scares you, because I actually just paid $5,000 basically for an internet marketing mentor of sorts, it forces you to take action. So even if it's kind of like a crappy mentor, which mine is not, by the way, but even if it was, just by spending that much, you're going to take action. You're going to do things differently, and you're probably going to take your business to the next level. So you always want to be investing in yourself as much as possible, and not just paying like $20 for like a book here and there. You really want to force yourself out of your comfort zone as far as investing goes. I mean, for instance, I'm trying to get into a mastermind right now that costs $25,000 a year to join. And the thing with the mastermind, they don't accept anybody, your business, and you just have to meet a certain level of criteria before they even would take your money. So that's the type of thing I'm talking about, like masterminds, consulting, basically seeking out the experts in your industry and then paying them, whether it's consulting or courses, seminars, different things like that. But that's one way to take your game to the next level. Another thing I learned was going to events that are not in your own industry. So if you're in real estate and you only go to real estate events, you're probably going to hear the same things, the same ideas, the same people, which will be good. I mean, you should go to those. But at the same time, you can probably get some really good ideas from like just different industries and then carry them over to real estate or whatever your business is. For example, my buddy, I was going to go to like a shaving conference. It was like a one-day thing, and I actually really wanted to go because I'm sure there's like something I could learn about branding, marketing, investing, networking, something completely unrelated. So try to expose yourself to like as many new ideas as possible, because a lot of businesses, you'll see them, they're just the same every year. And the commonality with these businesses are these people don't invest in themselves. They just do the same thing every single year, and then they wonder why their business is the same, especially like a lot of large companies. So you really need to just seek out new, interesting opportunities. And I think Ty Lopez was the one who said, make war with a multitude of counselors. So that's basically talking to many different mentors at the top of their game in different industries even to see what the best strategies are. All right, the next thing I learned was that money loves speed and that you don't need to be perfect. For instance, like this video I'm making right here, this is not a perfect video. This is me just rambling about 10 things I learned. But the fact that I'm putting out, weekly videos, repurposing content, doing a ton of direct mail, taking a ton of action, money's attracted to speed, money's attracted to taking action. So yeah, my marketing's not perfect, but 99% of people are too scared to even make a video like this. Or they don't know how, or they think it's for somebody else. So you want to try to take as much action as possible and go from there. Okay, lastly, you shouldn't assume that people are smarter than you, people or companies. A lot of people make the mistake that they think there's too much competition. They think someone, just because they have a business, is like the smartest person in the world, different things like that. But there's a lot of like Ty Lopez and Russell Brunson and Ryan Dice. They gave examples of different like big dumb companies essentially that were doing just things that don't make sense. So if you start learning skills, you'll start to see weaknesses and holes in other people's businesses. And for example, like a way you can learn skills, I was just listening to one guy's podcast. He was saying he wanted to become the expert. I think it was in like Amazon FBA. So that's basically where you sell products on Amazon. And so what he did is he researched like every video on Amazon FBA. Then he bought like 2 or 3 courses. Then he started implementing. Then he got an Amazon FBA mentor. Then he took another course. And pretty soon now he's the expert and he's making, $1 million a year selling stuff on Amazon. So you should really dedicate yourself to like learning different skills. And never think that there's like too much competition. If you're skilled at what you do, there's always going to be an opportunity for you. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of big companies doing a lot of dumb things. So there's definitely opportunity out there. All right, so thanks for watching, and please please share, please subscribe. Tell me what you think about the hat, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.